One of the central themes in this week's Gospel is hospitality. And back in the biblical times, hospitality was sacred. To welcome a stranger or a traveller to your home was to welcome God himself. And the word in Greek philanthropia for hospitality means the love of the other, the love of neighbour, the love of the other person. To make space in your home, but also in your heart for another human being. Now, when we meet hospitable people today, it's so refreshing and uplifting to meet genuinely unselfish people who are interested in you. It's rare, but it's powerful when we do meet those people, because we live in a very selfish world. And in today's first reading, we see that Abraham welcomes strangers to his home in chapter 18 in the book of Genesis. Actually, he welcomes 3 men, but he addresses them in the singular, which was seen as a foreshadowing of the Blessed Trinity. But what's important here is that God comes to his home and Abraham drops everything to wash his feet, to welcome him, and to make space for him. So we see the arrival of God means Abraham puts him at the center of his life. His eyes and his mind and his heart are riveted on God himself. In Paris, in Notre Dame de Paris, there's a huge stained glass window, a rose window, a round window, at the center of which is our Blessed Mother and the child Jesus. And back in the Middle Ages, the stained glass windows and the stonework and the statues and the artwork of cathedrals, even the architecture itself, was an open book, because many people were illiterate back in those days. So for them to look at the cathedral was to learn, and to learn new things about God and about the other and how to love. And this is the icon, this stained glass window is the icon of a well-ordered soul. If God is at the center, your life will fall into harmony. It will be beautiful. Light will shine through it. It's the icon of the well-ordered city and the well-ordered church as well. God has to be the center. When something else takes the place of the center, then we fall into disharmony. We lose our peace and we lose our balance. If it's the ego, whether it be selfishness, whether it be pleasure, whether it be power, whether it be prestige, if that takes the central place, then we lose, we become scattered. Now, as we have seen every Sunday, the first reading always enlightens the Gospel itself, and today is no exception. Chapter 18 enlightens chapter 10 in today's reading, where Martha and Mary welcome Jesus to their home in Bethany. Now, Martha, Mary and Lazarus were brothers and sisters, and they were good friends of Jesus, and Jesus loved to go to their house. He felt at home there, and he felt at peace there, and he felt very welcomed. And know that Bethany was about 3 miles north of Jerusalem. And as well, it's important to see that this is the last journey of Jesus towards Jerusalem, so it could be the last time he's seeing his friends. So it is quite an intense moment, and Jesus wants them to be present to the moment. But Martha is busy, and rightly so, because she's preparing the meal, but she's scattered. And this is often misinterpreted, Jesus' response, because she questions, why isn't my sister helping me? She's sitting there at your feet, Jesus, and she's not helping me prepare and do the preparations for the meal. And Jesus says, Martha, Martha, you're anxious and worried about many things, but one is necessary. And Martha is scattered. It's as if she was sitting at the feet of Jesus even, she would still be scattered. Her anxiety and her worry has taken over and blinded her to the essential. Something beautiful is happening here, but she cannot see it. The Unum Necessarium. And so for us as well, the calling to put God at the center of our lives and watch how everything else falls into place. And like Abraham, miracles happen, life is given, new things and doors are open because of putting God right at the center. Putting God firmly at the center of our lives, spending time with him, listening to his word, gives 2 things. Gives us deep peace and harmony, and gives us purpose in our lives.